Okay, few key factors with a 4-in-1, box and one, man down defense. So we'll say our hearts are on defense, 4-in-1. So that means there's a box on the outside that they're sort of on a string together. And then this one player's job is to cover whoever's in the crease. All right. So it's not quite as simple as just sort of standing next to them. What we want to emphasize is being ball side. So we'll just kind of quickly walk through the responsibilities as the ball moves around. So let's say the ball's here. This player's on ball. This player needs to sink down because if the ball moves to this person, it's his responsibility. This player needs to sink down and be ready to rotate. And this player can just sink in a little bit, all right, but he's still adjacent. So the ball is here. What we want is we want this defender to be on ball side. So he has to work and be aware of where the ball is. Hopefully our goalie's talking to us saying ball's, bottom right. And he knows, all right, I'm on ball side right now. Okay, so as this player moves around, he should move around with him, staying on ball side. All right, let's say the ball moves to X. So boom, the ball moves there. This player would be responsible. This player needs to bump down. He needs to be on ball side, right? And this player is splitting two up top. Okay, so precarious position. Really, it's a 3-on-2 right there. All right. So this player has the ball. We don't need to go back and pressure him on man down. Okay. This is where this player can play at GLE. All right. So if he starts to push this way, he would actually meet him like that. All right. If he starts to push this way, he would meet him at GLE like that. All right. Ball moves here. We want to really emphasize we're playing man down. Never go ball to ball. So if I step to the ball and then he passes and then I go and chase that ball, no good. No good. This is where we need to rotate. We have to work hard on man down defense. So if this ball carrier X draws my full attention and I'm actually on the ball and then he passes it, we rotate. Boom, rotate here. He's adjacent. And now this guy's splitting two on the backside. All right, he's stepping in, ready to help. All right, and again, we want to be ball side of that inside matchup. It looks easy sort of here as far as what this guy's role is, but when this person's moving around and the ball's moving around, this is something that this, short stick is going to really need to practice. Okay, ball moves up top. We're okay here. Step up adjacent. Now this player is splitting two on the backside. This is dangerous. He's in ball side. So typically we would want the two low poles are typically going to be our more like stay at home, defensemen that have experience playing close defense. Um, if we know that one of their shooters is, or one of their, like, let's say this person is their best righty shooter, we'd probably just want to make this defender our best defender. Not that, we want to match up one-on-one. Maybe that's what we're doing when we play 6-on-6, but it's just good to have our best player near their best player defensively. All right. And then lastly, let's say the ball moves here. He would step out to the ball. He would step in. This guy's okay here. He's stepping in to backside, and there is our ball side defender. So really, really important. On man down, one of the huge differences is that when you're adjacent, you really need to help in a lot, even though you're adjacent, right? So like you help in a lot, and look at how much that helps, because if I'm like halfway out, like I would normally be, like, so here's the ball, this person's all the way out on a 6-on-6, maybe 3/4 of the way out on man down. If I go halfway out like I normally would, look at this skip lane, right there. And let's say this guy starts to cut that off. Well, now look at this, right? There's a skip lane. This guy could come up this way. There's a lot of openings back here. So it's really helpful for our adjacent players to the ball to really play it tight. They're not going to dodge us. So it's okay if we fly out to the ball a little bit when we're man down. So really emphasize the adjacent players helping in as much as they can, so that they can get their stick in these passing lanes. We're okay with this person passing it to this guy or this guy. We're not okay with skip passes. That's when the defense gets picked apart. All right. So just a couple, big picture concepts for our box and one man down defense. And, lastly, this player that's covering the crease, whatever offense you're going against, they're not just going to stay in one shape. They're typically going to start in one shape and then finish in another shape. So what that's going to mean is this player is actually going to cut out of the crease, and some other player is going to cut in. So this player needs to recognize when this player like really bounces out of the crease, whichever direction they go, he needs to be communicating. Stay with him until he sort of starts to get wide, and right about here, he needs to talk to this guy right now. Hey, you got two here, you got two here, and just come back to the middle and think of this like a zone, because someone else is going to come in. It might not be this player, it could be this person carrying, this person popped out, this person fades, and this person cuts to the middle. It could happen a lot of different ways. But since we're playing this box and one, it's really important that we don't get caught with everybody on the outside. All right. So as this player that starts in the crease, probably our short stick, if when their matchup fades or pops out of the crease, which is going to happen, stay with them just long enough so that you can communicate with your teammates, and then get back to the center and keep your head on a swivel, because some other player is bound to come into the crease.